Wow, this is not a good spot to do this at all. The sun's right in my face. Welcome back to Full Course Scootering. If you're new to this channel is all about scootering. So if you're new, please subscribe. Now let's get into this video, huh? So I got a little bit of a throwback video for you. I just traded those NV tri-bearing wheels for this Proto space deck and some Affinity basic T-bars. And I had enough parts to make a scooter out of it. And all these parts are about, I don't know, a year to about 5 years old. So it's kind of like a trip down memory lane, because that was pretty much when all these parts were made, was back in when it was kind of the peak in scootering. So why did I choose this spot? This is ridiculous. I'm going to run through the scooter and show you what parts they are and about when they were manufactured. And reason why we're outside today is I thought it was going to be warm, so I figured let's go film this outside, but I'm out here and it's now pretty damn cold. So anyway, let's get into it. So starting at the top, there is now I believe Tyson's brother, my friend who gave me these bars, I believe these were his bars at one point, and I think these are those really long ODI long neck grips. They're kind of hard, but you know, they are long, so they're not that bad. And then I have the Affinity basic T's. I believe they are 22 by 26 as the stock height. I believe these are still the same. And then I have the classic tilt SES and a tilt headset with a Proto dust cap and a Proto space deck. This one is the 22 by 5, and then I have the tilt tomahawks in gold. These are the 120 versions, the newest versions that they have, I guess. And then I have a North wagon wheel that I got from I was riding it last year, and then a North I don't remember the name of this one. This is the vacant wheel. It's like North's hollow core wheel that they made or still make. I'm not sure if they still make it or not. So the bars, I want to say that he got these bars around 2015. So these are about 5-year-old bars. I got this SES probably in 2018, I think, from Beamers. The headset, I'm not even sure when I got that. I might have gotten that in around 2017 from when I still used to ride for kicks. The dust cap is just one that I found. I don't even know where it even came from. The forks, these forks I got back in early 2017 as well. I got these ones from, where did I get these from? The Vault Pro Scooters. Yeah, I got these from the Vault. The set of the North wagon wheels I got from Beamers last year, 2019. And then the deck itself I got from, well, I didn't get, but Tyson Chados got it. He got it from Proto, because at that time you can only get the Proto decks from Proto, from their website. And he got it in 2016, I believe. So this one's about 4 years old. And then the back wheel itself, I think I won those wheels at the 2018 Boise Street Jam. So they're not really super new wheels. They're pretty worn down. They're pretty square, but that's really the only kind of spare wheels that I have. So I'd figure we'd give this scooter a ride today and see how she feels compared to today's scooters. So we'll go out to the skate park and see what we can do. Maybe find a little dinky things around here really quick too. So let's get to it. Oh, and one more thing. When he first got the deck, if anybody knows what this is the Proto Orion deck. This was like the V2 version. As you can tell, it doesn't have, it's not square. It's kind of reminds me of like a Razor Ultra Pro. It's got the nasty edges on the side of it. And this one, when they made these ones only came 5 by 20. So I might slap this on. Yeah, I am going to slap this on and just feel the entire difference. These ones are older than the Space. This is the V1 Space deck, so it has smaller foot space. So we're going to try this out as well. Okay, that's all I got for today at my skate park. Hopefully tomorrow I can get the deck changed out and we can have a session at a different skate park and we can test out how that one feels. I would do more today, but a lot of the ramps that I usually ride are still covered in snow and I am freezing right now. So we will continue this tomorrow or another day. All right, today is tomorrow, right? Anyway, we are here at American Falls Skate Park. I figured I'd go to a different skate park to try out this deck plate. So we have the 20 long by 5 wide deck on, is the Orion. And we're gonna see how much different it is compared to the Space deck. So let's get to it. That's all I got for this sesh today. But yeah, let's talk about the scooter here for a second. All right. So we'll talk about the Affinity T-bars here. These, like I said before, are the Affinity Basic Tees. Not sure if Affinity still makes these, but they were kind of their budget version of XLs. I might be wrong on this, but I think they were like $45 for these bars. And these bars remind me why I don't like Affinity. Now, Affinity is obviously a great brand because their bars and everything are very strong and all that. But they use a thicker crossbar, so the handlebar part that you grab onto is thicker, so that way it doesn't bend as easy. and it just makes the bars like so heavy for like bar spins and stuff. And I don't know, I've just never really enjoyed Affinity that much. I don't hate your company, but I just don't really like your bars that much. Sorry guys. We were just talking about them making it easier for them or making it harder for them to bend, and these bars are bent. You can see on the paint on the top it is cracked. I don't know if the paint is cracked or if the bar is cracked as well, but on the bottom you can see that it's rusted. So that might be why it's bent as well. Either way, the right side of the bar or left side of the bar, I don't know, is definitely bent. Down to the SES. You can't go wrong with a tilt SES. Doesn't matter what kind of tilt SES you go with. All tilt SESs are money. Tilt headsets as well. Can't go wrong with a tilt headset. They're probably the smoothest, they're just the best headset in my opinion. So we will talk about the head tube next. I believe it is a 83-degree head tube angle, but it's very, very heavy. So it has the scooter has a lot of front weight to it. And then the deck plate here. So this is the Orion deck plate. As you can see, it's very small. It doesn't have a lot of foot room to it. The deck is shaped more like a Razor, like an Ultra Pro or something. So it's got like a wider foot area than it does on like the grinding surface. So I believe the bottom of the deck is actually 4.5. The 50/50 is better than I thought it would. Board slides though, I don't know if that's just because it's a shorter deck, but board slides, they slide very balanced and they slide very good. Yeah, the foot space on it. I feel like if you were a park rider, or if you're just a smaller rider in general, this deck would fit you perfectly. You know, I wear a size 11.5 shoes, and I was still able to do stuff on it. 5.0s, I couldn't get into any 5.0s. It's just way too small. It feels really weird. Maybe if you put like a peg on it, you could probably get into it. But other than that, I couldn't really do 5.0s. Over crooks, I actually slid, for me, I slid a pretty long over crook. So that worked pretty well. Nose blunts on it, this one and the space deck. The Proto, in my opinion, the Proto decks are like the best nose blunting decks out there. Like coping or ledges, like you can just get into nose blunts so easily. Like they just makes them so fun. Comparing this to the space deck. So the space deck I felt was very, very heavy. Like it doesn't whip very good. It's really heavy. This one whips around a lot better. It's a lot lighter. I have more fun on this one. It's just a more fun deck to ride for some reason. I don't know if that's just because it's a small deck. It just feels very different from other decks out there. But yeah, I didn't really care for the space deck that much. You have more room to do like board slides and 50/50s and 5.0s and all that, but it's just too heavy. I don't know. I just don't really care for it. Another thing that I've noticed with these decks are they're very solid feeling. It's kind of hard to explain, weird to explain, but it, like, if you land really hard, it really just like, you feel it through your feet. Like it hurts more to land than it does any other deck for some reason. That's what I mean, like it's like really hard. Like the impacts just feel harder on these decks. This one and the space deck. So that's like really weird about it, I don't know. This one feels like it has less concave than the space deck. The space deck kind of had a little bit too much concave for me. Didn't really care for it. Yeah, the TDI system. I feel like no one's really talked about this. So I've never had to deal with a TDI system before. It's my first time ever actually riding and changing out a TDI deck. And I gotta say, it's a pain in the ass. From the deck getting like bent around like the grooves of the TDI, like the tongue lock thingy in there, you pretty much got to find something to hammer it out with. The space deck, trying to get it off of the head tube, I just had to beat the deck until it came off. Like it was just the biggest pain in the ass. And then putting this one back on, it was pretty easy. I just kind of, it was weird because I just kind of put this like into my chest, and then I just kind of pulled and it pushed it together. But it felt like I almost pushed it too far in, so the bolt didn't want to go all the way through, so I had to like sit there and wiggle it and like, try to tap it in and stuff. So that was kind of a pain. So yeah, they say that it's easier, or not that it's easier, but it's a better system. But you got to really work on it and like try to get it out of the deck, especially if it's broken. That's got to be the biggest pain in the ass. It's not that it's a bad system, it's just a pain in the ass system. So at that point, it's almost easier to just have like a one-piece deck, and if you break it, you just go buy a new one. You take the head tube off of like your compression, like you take your forks off and everything, and put it onto a new deck. It's much easier than trying to take the deck apart and put a new deck plate on. The Tilt Tomahawk 120 millimeter forks. I've had those ones, like I said before, since 2017. And I've always liked these forks. I don't know. The look has always been one of my favorites. I don't know. They're just a good feeling fork. Never had any problems with it. Yeah, this kind of took me down a little bit of memory lane. You know, a lot of these parts came out during like the peak of scootering, like I said before. In my opinion, around 2015, 2016 was just like scootering was just popping off. And this was back during the time when 5 wide was the standard, pretty much. I think AO dabbled with the 5.2 with the Quadrum, I think it was. Quadrum in the station. It was pretty fun to ride. I'm definitely going to keep this scooter around to play around with. Add it to the collection of scooters. So I guess like a rating for this scooter, I don't know, I'd probably give it like a good 7 out of 10, maybe. I don't know. Probably just because it feels much different and it's fun to play around with. Now, if I was going to go out and like film like a video part, no, I would not ride this thing. But just to play around with and have fun at the skate park with, yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's it for the review or test video, or I don't know what kind of video to even call this. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, you should definitely like the video. Leave me a comment of I don't know, tell me I'm stupid or something. I don't care. But yeah, if there's any companies out there watching, I would definitely love to do some part reviews for you, part tests. If you are testing out any parts or anything, definitely email me or leave me a message or something, because I definitely would love to help out reviewing parts or testing out new parts or anything like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and until the next one, we'll see you later.